right up here near ECU. That's of course the college, ECU, and this is 10th Street next to Arby's here, downtown Greenville. I'm not sure what all's going on. I've been hearing different stories. I'm just kind of checking out, see if I can help out anybody and what's up. And then up here, I don't know what's going on. They said they got it blocked off or something. I'll try to roll through, see what's up. This is where I go to school. Pretty good flooding down there, I guess. And that's near the post office, 10th Street, next to ECU. And then, if you go up Charles Boulevard, underneath the train track, I think they're also flooding in there, got it blocked off, I think. Let's take a look. There's the Krispy Kreme donuts. My coffee is not spilled. This is a victory. Small victory. This is Charles Boulevard, heading towards Greenville Boulevard in the mall. And I guess we got flooding. Lights. I don't think that's open. Wow. A lot of flooding through there, man. Wow, the bridge is definitely definitely serious flooding down around Charles Boulevard and the train track, and, up around ECU. Yeah, you don't want to go through that. That was deep. Harris Teeter is closed. It is really nice to have when they're open normally. In different parts of the world, I couldn't imagine having major hurricanes come through and earthquakes and not have a superstore. It's Walmart or something right nearby. Pick up those supplies and move on. I did hear, stories. I'm not sure if anybody's died here in Greenville. I've seen some major flooding, heard stories about a tree falling on a car. I haven't seen anything myself other than the trees down and flooding. definitely was a blessing that this thing went up the coast a little bit out further than anybody expected, but apparently there's still quite a bit of flooding. So over by Evans Street, pretty good flooding here. That's out near the Stein Smith. I think there might be somebody stuck out there. I see a white car out there that I'm not sure if anybody is in. I don't see any movement. I've already got out and walked away. I don't want to risk going out there if there's nobody in the car, man, but I wonder if somebody's stranded. Not even sure if this is passable. Look out the window here. And it's only a few inches here. I got a four-wheel drive, I ain't too worried about it. Looks like if you get out near that car, it might be, you know, maybe a foot. Just drive off not knowing if somebody's in there. Let's see what we can Of course, you don't normally want to try this at home, but I don't want nobody to be stranded, man. Alright, well, I don't know which way's best, down there or back. I think we're going to try back. I guess they made it out. Hey, coffee's still on, Mom. Stand by in reverse. It's like driving a boat. Thank God for four-wheel drive, though. And here comes the wind. almost like we're landlocked. Every direction I've gone has got a big water flooding. I think you can still get across the river and go around. Maybe. Anyway, so if anybody's watching, just know if you're out and around Greenville, especially first responders or what, so, you know, there are definitely flooding issues that are blocking to get in and out of downtown Greenville area. That's where I started. Sorry. Now I'm heading down 14th Street. See if we have any flooding on this side of downtown Greenville. Try Dickerson, and of course blocked off back to the right and head to the left over towards Highway 11. Well, not near as many trees down, I don't think, or limbs or things in the road over here. See, this is kind of a low area here underneath this bridge. See how it's draining. Wow, that is dry. How is that dry? I thought this thing would be underwater. The old plank road. Alright then. Alright, so you can kind of get out of town, or if you're downtown Greenville and you're trying to get out of town, you can't go down 10th Street by ECU, you can't go up Charles towards the mall. Way a lot of flooding. But you can get out on Dickerson Boulevard and head over to Highway 11 and go north to south. I assume that's still clear. There's a lot of coaches watching going, hey, you think we could still play on the ball field? Nobody likes it when it rains too much. Memorial Drive here, Highway 11. Hospital up that way. no elevations around here like some people. I don't really know where to look. Just want to make sure there's no major damage. Anybody stranded, like another car maybe. Whatever I can do to help out. I guess I was a little lucky living off First Street over there by the river. Man, we didn't have a few trees down, nothing major. Some flooding there at the car wash, Buyers Market, and along this field for sure. O'Reilly's has got some flooding going on. Okay, so Evans down there was flooded. I went out about halfway through it to try to check out a car that was stranded. Luckily nobody around apparently. So I'm basically riding up here to go down Arlington and see on the other side of Evans and up to Greenville what's going on there. Luckily I didn't really see anybody walking out in it, or God knows floating in it or something crazy. And the coffee's still holding up, man. Wow, that's some crazy coffee. Hurricane mix, a little bit of it. Cruising around Greenville, trying to check out whatever damage might have happened through Hurricane Matthew, and trying to help out if we can. I can, I guess. And so far, I found one stranded car, but apparently the motorist is already gone. And the fact that downtown Greenville is kind of surrounded on three sides. River on one side, 10th Street flooded, Charles Boulevard flooded. You can get out Dickerson over to Highway 11 to get out of the area if you want. Ready to pass Rose High School. Still really nothing more than a few tree branches and some flooding, man. We really kind of, so far it seems, lucked out, man. This thing was a huge storm going up the East Coast. It stayed offshore just enough to really keep hundreds of miles worth of coastline being destroyed. Okay, so we just passed Rose High School, and here is some definitely flooding going on. Past University Suites down here. I don't know, let me see first. Yeah. serious. Here we are on the other side now, where we started off down there. That car is still out there, but again, I hope nobody's around. Now we're going to head up the hill towards the mall on Greenville Boulevard. Surprised so many of these kind of old trees. There ain't more big ones falling over. There definitely were those 50-mile-an-hour gusts from where I was at, downtown Greenville area, near the Commons Park. And I didn't really see any major trees down. Coming up on Greenville Boulevard near the mall. Doesn't look like there's any problems with the mall. Oh wow. Yeah, the parking lot's kind of full. Well, not too bad really. A lot of reflection. Little puddles. Now we're going to come around the other side of Charles Boulevard that was flooded earlier. Well, probably still is, but had to go around it. So Greenville and Charles, everything looks pretty cool. Hey, come on, twice? No arrow? Really? Come in. Take this moment to adjust the street light. Everyone here, why am I the only one seeing? Guys put lights on their house synchronized with music in their street. How can I not get traffic lights that sync up and smart enough to tell you to go? Go figure. I got it built. Alright, so now we're out here near the baseball field, ECU. Also coming up on the practice football field. And this area seems pretty good, no major flooding or issues that I can see. But it's definitely getting kind of windy. course, ECU Stadium is over there, where our Pirates, where I go to school. Now, coming up again on the flood area underneath the train track off Charles Boulevard. If you're out and about, don't come through here, man. I think you'll be floating. Looks like some people have been stranded. I just want to see if anybody needs help. Yo, man, anybody in there? Looks pretty good, but man, there's one way out there. I don't see anybody. I would imagine rescue would have been here. I cannot tell if there's somebody out there or not. Try to flash my lights, see if I get anybody yelling or anything. Anyway, that looks like a truck or something down there about halfway to the other side. Just a rooftop sticking out, maybe about a couple feet of the roof. And I don't see any movement or anybody around. I'm guessing it's alright. This is another car stranded here on Charles Boulevard underneath the train tracks. Next to the stadium. So now we're deep quick, man. That's 3 or 4 foot of water out there. I got a 4-wheel drive, man, but I don't know. Any movement. I can kind of see through the cab. I assume that's what I'm looking at. So we're gonna say that one's okay. Looks like it's where everybody's been turning around. A lot of mud tracks. Let's get up on it and see. Alright. Don't really see anything out there. Again, Charles Boulevard, near Seagrove, I think. I'm just past the train bridge. A lot of flooding, a couple stranded cars, and I don't see anybody though. Anybody needing help? Another car out here, basically at the side of the road. I don't know, I'm assuming this water was a lot higher before. After 2 o'clock now, the storm I think's been through. I think it came through really before midnight. It was getting pretty dead, maybe around midnight or so. So these have been out here a couple hours at least, I would think. Stadium. Hard to even get over to the stadium to see how it's doing. Okay, back up Greenville Boulevard near the mall. So many trees in these areas. I was kind of happy to see not a lot of nothing down really. Been flooding down here a little bit, not much. Corner Elm, Greenville. Bit of flooding over at the school there, around the track, I think. Didn't see much major. dusty, of course. Heading down Greenville Boulevard towards 10th Street. Open. Let's go get some coffee, something to eat, maybe. Ain't much else open out here. Okay, coming up on intersection 10th Street and Greenville Boulevard. Really not too much of a problem here either. Heading out past the river, over the river, Tar River. Kind of hard to see at night, though. Coming up here, you can kind of probably see a little bit, but my guess is, you know, it's not over the banks. So yeah, it's pretty broad, more than I've seen for sure. But I don't think it overran the banks itself, you know, flood the area. So this is 264 going around Greenville, basically. Around the outside of town. And this is floodlands. So we got water on kind of both sides of us, but nothing over the road. That's kind of cool. Okay, coming up on 264, heading out to Washington if I turn right here. But I'm basically going to try to turn around, head back into town. I don't really see any major problems out this way. And the speedway Might be open, I'm not sure. The old trucker's rest stop here. To have to take to get out of the gas station. Okay, so again, 264. That way is going back to Washington. This is going back to Greenville. Let's make a left at the light. Then back to the house. So far, I guess the worst of it, really near downtown. A couple of streets pretty well flooded, but careful where you're driving. That water will sneak up on you if you didn't know it was there. Got a little flooding through here. Nice to see traffic coming the other way. I guess there ain't too much flooding, at least nearby. Definitely some yards filled up here, man. Still on the outskirts of Greenville, heading around, just getting an idea what type of flooding, if anybody's, stranded, needing help, things like that. So far, pretty good. I was really concerned getting out here and really life and death, people out here stuck. And my truck's been holding up pretty good. I'm happy with that. Good old four-wheel drive, man. Helps out. And I still have not spilled my coffee, even though I'm blind now. But it's hard to drink. Hard. That are filled up with water might be crossing the road. All of a sudden you hit a big old deep pool of water, hydroplane inside. way, if you're around ECU, you're trying to go down 10th Street near that post office, there's going to be some deep water, man. Even if nobody's out there, you need to watch out. Don't drive through there. You're going up Charles Boulevard from downtown Greenville, up near the train track, trestle, bridge, whatever. There's a big river kind of looking thing there going on. But they did have a police car, look like a little bit, you know, give you some idea, because if you were just driving along not paying attention, you'd be looking like a boat real quick. And the best way to get out of downtown Greenville right now would be, you know, out towards Highway 11 and off Dickerson, through Dickerson. Now this side of town, man, seems about right. Old Pactolus Highway, going out kind of towards the airport. Jolly's Pawn Shop. I think everybody knows that location. Landmark around here. Flooding along here. I claimed pretty good. That one lane was kind of closed off. You wouldn't see it though until you hit it. This is Airport Road. Of course, the airport down there. And this side of town, I don't see any major problems with flooding. Of course, we're going to be coming up to the Tar River on the other side of the hill. It'll be interesting to see. You would think around the river would be flooding, but apparently we haven't had much. Well-lit road, man. I like it. Alright, so this is a bridge for the river. Get an idea how's it looking. Hard to see off in there, but yeah, there's some spread out a bit. All the way back up in the side. And we're back to First Street. So we finished our tour around Greenville after Hurricane Matthew came through. Probably about 3 or so in the morning. And what looked like really could have been outrageously crazy. Was not good, but man, I'll take it. Prayers go out to those that suffered, and condolences to those that lost. Congratulations to those who do well. So I'm Michael Goetz, and trying to use some of this webcast technology to share with neighbors, and just remember the high water areas around ECU near the train trestle and post office on 10th Street. Stay out of them areas for a little while. Don't be driving through, you ain't gonna make it. The rest of it seems like mostly down tree limbs and stuff, and hopefully no casualties. Either way, we do the best we can, leave the rest to God, and try to keep a clear conscience. Best way to get through hard times is neighbors helping neighbors. And I have been. Good luck, everybody.